He was the life of the party. He was always there, ready to have fun. He can pull anybody out of a bad mood.
Oh, we had a great relationship. I didn't have any problems with DeAndre. He was well-mannered and just a good kid. I was the auntie that he would call whenever he wanted anything.
DeAndre was like one of my main sources of motivation for doing a lot of what I do now and then. We played the same sports, we played the same games.
I looked at DeAndre as a big brother. That's who I knew I could depend on, always.
Like, I have 2 sisters, but DeAndre was the brother that I always wanted. And he was my protector.
DeAndre was my inspiration for my locks. He was my nephew's inspiration, my sister's inspiration. I actually have a shell in my hair somewhere that was his. I hold it close because it was my son's.
I am his older sister, and we're only like a year and a half or so apart, so we were really close. That was the first person I lost that was very close to me. That was the closest person to me to this day. So definitely, made some things different. Oh, yes.
All of the things that I felt when we received the news that he had passed, it just swamped my mind, and I was never able to just process it until a year later. So I was very confused.
It just made me more aware of people around me, like not ignoring them or distancing myself from them as much.
Now I'm just more aware of when I interact with people, small things that they may say, the way that they act, their mannerisms. I'm just always looking and watching to see if there's anything, if they are exhibiting any signs of anything. I'm just more aware of mental health. Prior to his illness, he was diagnosed with bipolar and depression and a few other things.
You just don't see something like that coming. We knew he had got diagnosed with schizophrenia and stuff, but it's just how it happened.
There is a void in our lives that can't be filled. We missed the signs early on. We just didn't know. We weren't educated. That's why this nonprofit exists, to talk about how important it is to get help, to get treatment, to see a psychiatrist, to talk to a therapist, to take medication if you're prescribed medication.
A lot of times in the Black community, we kind of throw darts at those who suffer from mental illness. We have to just understand that a lot of mental illnesses are not our fault. Like, the actual science behind it is just simple brain chemical imbalances.
There's like a stigma behind mental illness, but if we can just, as a people, collectively say there isn't a stigma, there won't be a stigma anymore. People just need to get that help.
Pay attention to the difference in how they act. If they have things that they used to love doing that they no longer do, if their patterns change, just pay attention to small signs that you would typically brush off, but in today's world, those are things that we just can't brush off. We can't afford to brush them off.
Sometimes they have attitudes and stuff like that. Still try to keep in contact, still try to stay involved. If they say they don't want help, do as much as you can to try to ease them in, or look up stuff that you can do at home or personally with them. It's really serious, and you never know at what moment could be the breaking moment for that person.
If your loved one is acting out, if they are aggressive and they're normally not aggressive, that could be a sign of depression or anxiety, or that something is wrong. So be patient with them, be understanding, but get help. You can't deal with it on your own. We're not equipped with parents, so we're not equipped. We did get DeAndre some help because he became aggressive. So he did get to a diagnosis, so that's how we knew there was something. We knew something was wrong, but we got confirmation when we got the diagnosis. So the aggression was something that was totally uncharacteristic for him. And so if you are seeing someone in your family that's have these behavioral changes, mood changes, different sleeping patterns, those could be signs that they're depressed. For someone who's in crisis, you can call the hotline, but you can also call the hotline and they share information for loved ones who have a loved one in crisis. His nephew Carter knows who he is, although Carter never got to meet his uncle, but he knows who his Uncle Dre is. And it's interesting that all three of my kids call me something different, but I won't hear Ma. I won't hear that again. And so, yeah.
I can still hear it in his voice saying, "Yeah, ma'am." And I just thought that, that's just something that I will always remember and cherish. It's one of those small memories. It's nothing huge, but just hearing him, being able to still hear him say it and remember how he said it that's pretty important to me.
I miss the family gatherings the most.
Our bond that we had, just him, like us growing up together. I wish I could have some of it back. But I have good memories to hold on to though.
I miss his laugh. I miss hanging out with him. I miss talking to him. I miss watching sports with him. I miss our childhood together.
Suicide is preventable. I lost my son by suicide in 2014. It devastated our family, and it's still difficult today to do this work, to cope with missing him, but we know that the work we're doing is important because it will help other families to know, to understand signs and symptoms, warning signs. And so this is a bittersweet moment for us, for our family, but we are here for the challenge.
If you or someone you know are suicidal, please get help. Don't suffer alone. Call the Suicide Prevention Lifeline at 988.